change may result in smaller summer classes at Find out what steps the university is taking to help more summer courses actually make. In a stunning admission, the FBI director testifies on Capitol Hill about President Trump's claims that the Obama administration wiretapped Trump Tower. Hear how Washington is reacting. Plus, top students in trouble? See the results of a new study that looks at high-achieving students and their drinking and drug use. And breaking box office records, see how The Tale as Old as Time set new records on its opening weekend. Falcon Weekly starts right now. Welcome to Falcon Weekly. I'm Brianna Rose. Thanks so much for tuning in. In campus headlines, good news for students hoping to take a summer class at The university has agreed to pilot new policies for summer 2017 that would allow courses with lower enrollments to make. The pilot program will allow classes to make with as few as 3 students enrolled. For courses with only 1 or 2 students, the professor will have the option of offering the course as a directed study, but they also have the option to cancel the class. UM's Faculty Senate pushed for this pilot program to decrease the number of May in summer courses that are canceled due to low enrollment each year. The administration and Senate will evaluate the results of the pilot during the next school year. Registration is already open for May, Summer 1, and Summer 2 terms. We're less than a month away from registration for fall 2017 classes. Seniors and priority registration students can sign up for classes on April 12th. Juniors and student athletes can register on April 14th. Sophomore registration opens on April 18th, followed by freshmen on the 20th. Registration opens at 7 a.m. on those days. Remember, you must meet with your advisor before you register for classes. The fall schedule is available to view right now on Banner. And there's been a change of plans for the senior class gift. During last Wednesday's SGA Senate meeting, Senior Class President Lito Hilario announced that senior class's original plan to fund a new amphitheater stage was no longer the best use of their money. Hilario made the executive decision to use the funds to purchase height-adjustable desks for student disability support services. The DSS office only has 1 height-adjustable desk right now. Hilario anticipates being able to purchase several desks to put across campus to help ease the burden of both students and employees. And voting for next year's SGA officers is now open. Voting opened today and will run through Thursday. Voting is taking place on OrgSync. Once you log in with your form and username and password, click on SGA candidates. It's national news. In national news, it's been exactly 1 week since Tennessee teenager Elizabeth Thomas was last seen. Authorities believe the 15-year-old was abducted by a teacher, Tad Cummins. His wife has begged him to turn himself in, but so far he hasn't surfaced. An Amber Alert is in place, and investigators have received hundreds, but none has helped them locate the girl. Kim Hutchison has the story.
A grieving family begs for the return of a teenage girl amid neighbors who've gathered to pray for her safety.
He stole my daughter from me. He didn't just steal from me. He stole from the Murray County community.
15-year-old Mary Catherine Elizabeth Thomas has been missing for a week. Authorities believe she's with this man, 50-year-old Tad Cummins, her former teacher at Culleoka Unit School in Tennessee.
He had told her that he had been in the FBI and CIA, and I tried to convince her that you don't go from jobs like that down to teaching at a rural school.
Cummins has been charged with aggravated kidnapping and sexual misconduct with a minor. Investigators think he planned the crime for some time. He apparently took out a $4,500 loan in the days before Thomas disappeared. Cummins' wife pleaded publicly for him to return.
Please do the right thing and turn yourself into the police and bring Beth home.
An Amber Alert has been issued and Cummins has been placed on Tennessee's most wanted list. Authorities say they've received at least 250 tips from 24 states, but so far nothing has led to the safe return of Elizabeth Thomas. I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Last week, investigators received a tip that Thomas and Cummins were spotted in Decatur, Alabama. If you have any information or tips on the whereabouts of Thomas or Cummins, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. And turning to Washington, a stunning admission from FBI Director James Comey at a House Intelligence Committee hearing Monday morning. Comey was asked by Democrat Adam Schiff about whether President Trump's allegations that his predecessor, Barack Obama, wiretapped Trump Tower last year were true. Comey responded that there's no evidence to support President Trump's claims.
With respect to the president's tweets about alleged wiretapping directed at him by the prior administration, I have no information that supports those tweets, and we have looked carefully inside the FBI. The Department of Justice has asked me to share with you that the answer is the same for the Department of Justice and all its components. The department has no information that supports those tweets.
Comey's response triggered swift reaction on Capitol Hill. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called on Trump to immediately retract his allegations and to apologize to Obama and the American people. At the daily press briefing, Press Secretary Sean Spicer said the president has no plans to apologize for the claims. Meanwhile, Director Comey also confirmed this morning that the FBI is investigating Russia's alleged interference in the 2016 U.S. election and the nature of any links between the Trump campaign and Russia. On the Senate side of Capitol Hill, President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Justice Neil Gorsuch's confirmation hearing began today. Gorsuch could be in for several days of intense questioning before the Senate Judiciary Committee. The president tapped the Colorado appellate judge to replace the late Antonin Scalia. The full Senate is expected to vote on his nomination next month. If confirmed, Gorsuch will become the first former Supreme Court clerk to take the bench while his one-time boss, Justice Anthony Kennedy, is still sitting high on the High Court. Also happening this week in Washington, the House is set to vote on President Trump's American Health Care Act, which could repeal and replace much of Obamacare. This week also marks the 7th anniversary of President Obama signing the Affordable Health Care Act into law. And a new poll shows President Trump's popularity falling among Americans. The Gallup survey shows Trump's approval ratings currently stands at 37%, while 58% of Americans surveyed said they disapprove of Trump's performance as president. That's his lowest approval rating since taking office 2 months ago. And now turning to health headlines, a new study out of the United Kingdom finds some of the country's best students are also indulging in drugs and alcohol, but not cigarettes. Kim Hutcherson has the details in today's Health Minute.
British teenagers with the highest test scores are more likely to drink alcohol and smoke marijuana, according to a recent study published in the British medical journal Open. Researchers surveyed more than 6,000 students from public and private schools across England. They used questionnaires to track regular use of tobacco, alcohol, and cannabis from age 13 or 14 through the age of 19 or 20, and national test scores to rank students academically. The study found that older teenagers with the highest test scores were more than twice as likely to drink alcohol regularly compared with lower scoring students. It should be noted, however, that the drinking age in the UK is 18. The study also found students with the highest test scores were nearly twice as likely to use cannabis regularly and 50% more likely to use it occasionally. However, this same group was less likely to smoke cigarettes and binge drink. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
In entertainment headlines, for the 4th straight weekend, a new movie topped the box office, but this one might not give up so quickly. Disney's remake of the classic Beauty and the Beast shattered the box office with a $170 million debut. That left the other contenders in the top 3 trailing behind by more than $100 million. The new version of Beauty and the Beast now holds the records for the best March domestic opening for a movie. It is also the 7th highest grossing domestic film debut of all time. Sesame Street has a new Muppet. This is Julia, and she has autism. She first appeared on Sesame Street's online digital storybook series back in 2015, but she's making her TV debut next month. The show's creators say they hope Julia will help children better understand playmates who have autism. And Julia's puppeteer, Stacey Gordon, has a son with autism. She told CBS's 60 Minutes that she wishes Julia was around years ago when her son was of Sesame Street age because it could have allowed his friends to better understand his behaviors. Now it's time to catch up on athletics in this week's Falcon Fever. Last season, Coach Adam Alberson led the Falcons to their first winning season since 2009. This year, he has equaled last season's program record 13 wins after this weekend's victories. The Falcons recorded their first victory over Augusta by a score of 6-3. The 13th win came at the expense of Emmanuel College with a close to 5-4 win. Montevallo's record is now 13-2. The Falcons will host Francis Marion and USC Aiken this weekend before Tuskegee visits next Monday. Montevallo Baseball won once and lost twice in this past weekend series with conference rivals Flagler. After losing on Friday, the Falcons won 7-3 on Saturday before dropping Sunday's game. Montevallo has a doubleheader match Tuesday against Miles College. First pitch is set for noon at Kermit Johnson Field. And Montevallo softball played their longest game in program history this weekend. The Falcons were outlasted 3-2 by USC Aiken in a game that had five extra innings before being decided in the 12th. Aiken won the second game 5-4. The Falcons' Sunday doubleheader was a split contest against Lander. After winning 2-1, the Falcons dropped the second game 6-7. Montevallo lost all 3 games by a single run. The Falcons host Auburn Montgomery Thursday in back-to-back games at Orr Park. And Montevallo women's lacrosse is 6-6 after winning 1 and losing 1 on the road this past weekend. The Falcons took down Barton on Friday. A 15-5 victory was followed by Saturday's 5-17 loss at North Greenville. Montevallo have road games in the next 2 weekends as well. They travel to Gulf South rivals Lee on Saturday before facing Oglethorpe in Georgia a week later. Although Montevallo's basketball season may be over, Javonte Douglas continues to receive awards. The senior has been named a second-team All-American. He has also been selected to play in Saturday's Reese's Division II All-Star Game in South Dakota. The game can be streamed from the Sanford Pentagon's Facebook page. Douglas led the Peach Belt in points per game, rebounds per game, and three-point percentage. He scored double digits in all games he played in and led the conference with 14 double-doubles. Douglas is the only player in Division II basketball to be ranked in the top 10 for both points and rebounds. Remember, you can always get the latest UM news, scores, and schedules on MontevalloFalcons.com. Finally this week, the NFL says 2 of Tom Brady's stolen Super Bowl jerseys have been found. The league says the jerseys were found in the possession of what it called a credentialed member of the international media. The jerseys in question were worn by the New England Patriots quarterback in Super Bowl 51 back in February, as well as Super Bowl 49 in 2015. The NFL referred further questions on the matter to the FBI due to the ongoing probe. Brady has yet to comment on the find. Remember, there's more news online 24/7. Just search for UM Falcon Weekly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see more stories and news updates throughout the week. And that's all the time we have for this week's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we've got some special guests here today. Broadcast students from Thompson High School are here checking out how we do things here at Falcon Weekly. Thanks so much for stopping by. For more UM news from MassCom student reporters, be sure to check out the Falcon News Network blog. The web address is on your screen. We'll be off next week for spring break. We hope everyone has a safe and relaxing holiday, and we'll see you right back here in April. Have a great week.